It's your boy Swizz.
It's your boy Pesci.
We're here live at the Ragz2Riches barbershop.
You know, we got the merch on.
Because you already know what that is.
We're at the shop. On the logo, you guys see it, Ragz2Riches. Over there too.
Season 2 premiere, we had to go all out.
You know what it do.
Got the laptop.
He said I
Got the laptop. I said we needed a stat guy at the season finale. Said we needed a stat guy. I'm the stat guy.
He's a terrible stat guy. He's a terrible stat guy. He's gonna pull up a whole bunch of bullshit stats about Langston Galloway that nobody's ever heard of. But this is the stat guy. This is the stat guy.
And we got a lot going on today. We got a lot of upsets. I mean, more upsets in the top 10 than there's been all year.
Ever. Damn near.
And we got a special guest that we want to bring on. The GOAT, the legend, good friend of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Albert Gupton Jr. And he's not coming over here. So,
all right, that's cool.
Let it rock. I guess we're just gonna let it rock.
That's cool. So to start off, you know, we go over fantasy every week. Real quick, just to give you guys an update. Tua was good to go all weekend. He was good to go all weekend. As you guys know, Aaron Rodgers is my starting quarterback in my fantasy team. He got, he had COVID. He ain't played this week, so I picked up Tua. All weekend he was good to go, and Sunday morning I wake up and he's out. And the lineup's already locked in, so all day I'm like, I'm definitely losing. So I didn't even check fantasy. And I opened up fantasy around like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm like, yo, I'm projected to win. I call Swizz, and I'm like, yo, I'm projected to win fantasy. And, yeah, Robert Woods apparently had a great second half, and I lost fantasy by 1.8 points.
And that's strike one.
That's strike one?
That's strike one.
Yeah, how is that strike one? Oh, because of Tua? Come on, bro. He was good to go all weekend. All weekend he was good to go. They said he was questionable because of the finger, and he had like a limited participation in practice on Friday. But as of Saturday, he was good to go.
Okay.
Woke up Sunday, he wasn't.
I lost to Marco again. That's a sweep for the year. He has
fair.
scored a total of 1,130 points, the second lowest in the league, and he is currently at 7-2.
Like he keeps
Horseshoe
getting so lucky,
up his ass.
I don't know how he
does
so lucky.
it.
I haven't even looked at your fantasy team.
I started Gabe Davis because I was at the Bills game in Jacksonville, so I wanted to have a Bills player in my lineup. Goose egg.
That's
2 targets, no catches. Who did I sit? Christian Kirk, 16-piece.
Yeah, why would you do that?
So,
that's
just I was going with my heart. That was a mistake.
That's very questionable.
You lost by 2.2.
Yeah, that's
that's
tough. That's tough.
Par for the course.
It's tough. I've lost. What is that now? 8 games? 7 games?
Something like that.
It's
1-8.
Yeah, 1-8. And the very first game I lost by 90, and then every other game has been less than 6. So I don't know what keeps happening, guys, but I'm trying. There's 0% chance of playoffs.
I thought it was 1%.
Yeah, 1%. I'm just gonna chalk that up as a 0. Because that's just what makes sense to me.
I'm just going to go game by game. We'll start with the Thursday night game. Colts, 45-30 to the Jets. Listen.
It's as expected.
But you already know what I've been telling you is don't sleep on the Colts.
Bro, it's
had a tough schedule. Carson Wentz is starting to get a little rhythm. I got high hopes for the Colts.
But how much of that is the Colts being good, and then how much of that is just the Jets being bad?
I'm not disagreeing that the Jets aren't bad. I'm just saying
that
I
think
the Colts.
That's fair.
A lot of that was garbage time points because they were up by a lot more than 15 early in the game. Next game we got Giants upset the Raiders. Your Raiders got upset.
Bro, everybody got upset this week, man. And for that game, you know, they got a lot going on in the locker room. I'm just gonna chalk that up as that's just a bad week for them.
So they're gonna bounce back.
Depending on who they play next week, yes. I don't know who they're playing next week. We can look that up later, but...
Okay. Falcons beat the Saints 27-25. Young Ho Koo, legendary.
I mean, we know what that kid's capable of. We know he's out there hitting clutch field goals every week. I feel like
Atlanta has been low-key playing a lot better as of late. Not that I'm considering them for playoffs, but they have been playing better as of late. I'm going to hold off on that next one and just skip that.
Okay.
The Browns blew out Cincinnati.
No Odell. No, Odell, you get him out the locker room, but look what they do at what we were talking about as one of the top teams in the AFC. Come on, that's
That
a
one was
division. That's a
shocking.
division rival right there too. Were they in Cincinnati?
Yes.
Oh my God, you go in. Stop.
Very
Stop.
disappointing.
I'm so ecstatic about that.
Highly
Love that for
disappointed.
Baker. Love that for Baker Mayfield, guys.
Well, he didn't really do much, but as a team, they dominated.
It's a win for him.
The Patriots went into Carolina and blew them out 24-6.
And what I tell you,
Carolina's no slouch. They've been stumbling as of late, but they were going into the game 4-4.
what did I tell you about the Patriots last week, though, Doug? What did I tell you?
I know.
I'm
I'm not sold on them still, though. Because you know who they play next week?
Who?
I want to say. Hold on, now I gotta check. But I had it.
He had it, and he lost it,
I had
guys.
it, and I
This
lost
is our stat guide.
Well,
This
I
is our
got it
stat
coming
guide.
up right here. They're playing Cleveland.
All right, that'd be a good. That's
If
gonna be
they
a good
beat
game for them.
Cleveland,
then we're gonna then you're gonna talk about that. Okay. All right.
then I'll put them up there.
All right,
Because,
that's fair.
Like you said, Cleveland without Odell to me is a much better team than Cleveland with Odell.
And that's like just crazy to even say.
I know,
But
it is.
But we know what Odell is in the locker room. That's all right.
So we also had Packers got beat by the Chiefs 13-7.
Yeah,
which I
but-
don't really make anything of that game.
No Aaron Rodgers. That's given. Although Jordan Love could have, not that he could have won the game, but he threw a pick in that in the red zone towards the end of the game. So we'll chalk it up as a learning experience for him against what's been a very shaky Chiefs team all year. But then you still go out and play Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, all those guys, and lose by less than a touchdown. I'll take that.
It looked like he had some arm talent that I didn't know he had.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw him try to make some throws that had some heat on him, but whatever.
Yeah.
Dolphins beat the Texans. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Tyrod was gonna ball a little bit.
Didn't he throw like three picks?
No
Tubs?
17-9.
Yeah, no. Not
Yeah,
good.
that's disappointing.
Not good.
Chargers bounced back, beat Philly 27-24. They
That's
needed
valid.
that win.
Yeah, the Chargers definitely needed that. But again, Philly, we know what Philly is. We know what Philly is.
I watched a Philly-Dallas game here at the shop. I was sitting right there, actually. And Philly just looked abysmal. Like, they don't...
Yeah, they're not I love
That's
Jalen
why I'm a
Hurts.
little
I love
alarmed that
Jalen
it was even that close. It wasn't Philly, though, so I'll chalk it to that.
Okay.
Baltimore came back, beat Minnesota 34-31 in OT.
Come on. I don't care. It's a dub. Pull
I'm
up
not
all the
even-
stats
aside-
about Lamar that you want. It's a
Aside
dub.
from
It's a
the
dub.
Ravens, that was a good win for them, but Minnesota has been constantly blowing leads in the fourth quarter all season long.
It's Kirk Cousins. That's Kirk
But I know, but I feel like they're competitive. Cardinals beat the 49ers 31-17 with Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy, Joe.
Absolutely. Colt McCoy, they had no D-Hop, and they had no AJ Green, right? AJ Green didn't play because
Not
Kirk
sure.
played. They had no, and Chase Edmonds, I don't know if he got hurt or he's just been that bad that they didn't play him at all, but he's on my bench in fantasy. He only got me 3 points, so he only rushed the ball once for like nothing. But yeah,
Probably
that was nuts.
the best game of the week. Titans handled the Rams 28-16 in LA.
That's surprising because the Rams are loaded right now. They don't got no injuries. Matt Stafford's been playing at basically an MVP caliber level all year, and they didn't have Derrick Henry. The fact that they were able to go out there and go beat a team of that caliber, I mean, bro, come on, man. I told you, bro, the Texans have always been valid. You always want to chalk up Lamar's playoff loss. Oh, Texans, he lost to Texas twice, lost to Texas twice. They've always been a valid football team on both sides of the ball. Always been.
Just pump the brakes. I'm definitely putting them in a contending category now because they've been beating a lot of good teams, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sold on them. I should be,
That's
but I'm
fair.
not sold on them.
That's fair.
The Monday night game last night, I got to watch a good majority of it. I'm not gonna lie, Justin Fields looked pretty good, man. Like
Yeah.
he got better as the game progressed, and I'm not a Justin Fields fan whatsoever, but watching that game, he made some tough throws, and in Pittsburgh, they won the game, but Pittsburgh does not look good on offense.
No.
It's Najee Harris and nothing else.
And that's
Big
it.
Ben, I'm a big Ben fan, but he just looked so
Just bad.
just like I don't know.
I didn't get to watch the game. I didn't get to watch the game.
It's like you can tell that they're calling the game differently than when he was in his prime. Like
He's old.
There was a time that they ran it on first, second, third, and fourth down, like during the game. Like they don't pass a lot. Yesterday, they ran on all four down. They got it. They converted.
Yeah.
They lean heavily on Najee Harris, and I wonder if he's not there, what do they look like on offense? Because Claypool got hurt too during the game. He took a big hit. Now let's go to the two games that mean the most to us.
No, I'm coming.
There we go. Yes, sir. The man himself.
I have to be here for these games if we're going to talk about these games. What's up, everybody? I'm glad to be here. These are my two brothers from another mother. Been knowing these guys since they were in high school. Good guys, great guys. Glad you guys are doing this show. The vibes are amazing in here right now. You guys work good together. It's a different side of Ant. I've never seen this type of Ant.
Yeah.
But I like this type of Ant, so let's clap it up.
I love that. Glad to have you.
Let's talk now, because you know I'm ready to talk.
Well, let's talk. We appreciate you coming on the show. Let us do it.
Glad you guys invited me on, man. I wasn't expecting it, but whatever. We're here.
So we'll start with the Bills and we'll finish with Dallas. So I'm at the game.
Talk louder now. Let the people hear you.
Sorry. I'm at the game.
Flew out to Jacksonville for this game.
It was in Jacksonville.
Flew out to Jacksonville.
Shout out to Duval County. Apparently that's a thing. That's what they cheer at the Jacksonville games. Duval.
Like little Duval? Like living my best life?
The entire game, me and Uncle Ray were looking at each other. What is Duval? I don't even know what Duval means. They got Duval signs. Everyone's chanting Duval. There's like, the Bills have like the promos. The Jacksonville players coming out. Duval. What is Duval? We turn around and ask the dude behind us. He's like, oh, it's Duval County. Like we're at the Bills games yelling Erie. Like I don't know, dude. But so shout out to Duval County. But
that's us right there.
Josh looked sloppy. We were missing 2 of our 5 starting offensive linemen. That hurt. Feliciano being one of them, one of my favorite players. Dawson Knox wasn't there. Emmanuel Sanders can't really block. I think Gabe Davis deserves more snaps on offense. But, Joe, what do you got to say about the Bills? Because...
Man, to be honest, unfortunately, I didn't get to watch that game, but I went back and I watched the highs and the lowlights of that game, and that was one of the worst Bills performances probably in Sean McDermott's coaching era. Like that to me, that's one of those games you got to go out there and win, because that's one of the games you're supposed to, you should win. Jacksonville's won 2 games in their last, 24. They won 3 games in their last.
That was the first win in the United States in 400 days. 400 days.
That blows my mind.
States.
That the
Bills first win in this country in over 400 days.
Yeah, he did this all around offense, defense, secondary, run. There's no reason why it's been 3 games that Josh Allen's been your guys' leading rusher the last 3 games. At what point do you guys say we gotta go out and get a halfway decent running back or something, because you can't rely on him to play hero ball, bro. You can't rely, bro. You can't rely. You watch the game. You watch the game.
And I'm gonna tell you this:
how much hero ball was he playing in that game, bro? How much hero ball was he playing?
Because your boy. So you know how I posted on the page that we were gonna address some of the comments made. Okay. Your boy Dom and somebody else that's friends with Russell. I don't know him, but we're gonna address those after we talk about Dallas, because I'm about to get heated in here.
Okay.
Do not. And it's not because of this hoodie. Don't tell me. Don't you tell me nothing about the run game, because I got a lot of stats for you. AJ, did you get a chance to watch the Bills game this week?
I did see. I got Cole Beasley on my fantasy. Last week Cole Beasley did me justice, gave me 22 points. So I'm he about to give me 22 more points. He definitely didn't give me 22, but he gave me 11. I'll take that.
See, he had 8 catches?
Yeah, it still wasn't 22. I'll take that.
For sure.
But the Bills, I've been doing this a long time, man. I've been cutting hair a long time, and I talk sports all the time.
Right.
Joey, get back on the bandwagon, just really quick.
Okay, all right.
But to you, me and him, we talk about this, man. And,
right.
and I told everybody that Jaguars were going to shock the Bills.
Yeah? You was calling it?
I was calling it.
He didn't tell me that when I was in the chair last week.
I didn't want him to feel like he was wasting his money on a flight.
Okay.
And all that. So I wanted him to, think optimistic. Go out there. He's going to see his uncle, family, you know what I mean? So I kept it on that level.
Okay.
But I did not know my team was going to take an L too.
Yeah, that was
so
super shocking.
I'm going to just humble myself right now, because we both took L's. But we're still 6-2.
Yeah.
And you're still 5-3.
That's super valid.
That's valid,
That's
right?
super valid.
But I did see some of the game, man. I've been saying this to you for a long time. You guys are struggling in the run game. You need a run game.
Thank you.
I have nothing against Moss and Singletary.
Yeah.
That's their names.
Yeah.
I've been, first of all, y'all, I've been to 2 Bills games because I love football. I'm a Dallas diehard fan, but I love football, so I go to the game. You're struggling in the run game, man. I mean, Josh Allen is pulling the ball down and running like he's your running back. I mean, but you're gonna kill the man. So this game, I saw, he tried to do less running and more throwing, but the real Josh Allen got him.
Yeah.
It was like Josh versus Josh, and he lost to the real Josh Allen in Jacksonville. But you guys need a running back, man. Like, let's just be for real, bro. Let's just be for real. We've always been talking about this. You guys are lacking in the run game. I tell you, I went to the game. Josh Allen is amazing. But a run game will give you guys a better balance, man. I mean, defense, you guys, your defense it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. But I can't give you details on the Bills because I'm a diehard Dallas fan. So let's just go to America's team.
Let's just go to
Just so you
America's
guys
team.
know, let me give you guys facts really quick. I don't mean to take over. I just want to say one thing.
No,
Absolutely.
go right
Absolutely.
The Atlanta Braves won the World Series last in 1995. The Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl last in 1994.
This is all he does.
The Atlanta Braves won the World Series this year, 2021. The Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl.
I can get behind that.
I'm glad you're thinking optimistic and thinking real. But this guy, on the other hand, he doesn't want to just accept the facts that all of the stars come through the stars.
And Dallas is winning.
And Coles Beasley come from Dallas.
Dallas, damn.
You know what I
but
mean?
you ain't going to tell the other half of that story.
But I am going to tell her that.
Yeah, tell me the other side of the
What's-
coin.
what's
How
the
about
other
what other
coin?
part of the history?
What about
Who's
this?
Dallas facing? Because that's what you told me.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to be... We're on the show. We got Bills fans. Are you a Bills fan?
No, I'm a Packers fan.
I
I like the
you
Bills.
right.
almost
I like
cussed
the Bills.
on this camera,
I
y'all.
like the
And
Bills.
I'm trying to be nice.
I like the Bills.
First of all, you have a narcissist as a quarterback.
Debatable.
He wanted to be John Wick for Halloween that he excommunicated himself out of the game.
Listening to Pooh Shiesty.
He has to get himself together. First of all.
Yeah.
Now back to you. I did say I wanted to be a Dallas and Bills Super Bowl.
Yeah.
2 reasons. Number one, that would be the number 1 watch Super Bowl ever. I'm going to be honest
Those
with you.
2 fan bases.
These 2 fan bases. Cowboys have one of the strongest fan base. And me going to some of the Bills games seeing, no matter how hard those seats are, those fans are loyal to what they're doing. So I definitely have to give them that. But I'm thinking optimistic. Dallas and the Bills.
But what about the history? You told me that.
Oh, the history? What about what history?
Who
That
did
you guys
Dallas
lost
play?
4 Super Bowls in a
Okay,
row?
watch
What
your
history?
mouth, because you're not
I
gonna-
didn't cuss, but go ahead.
You said 25 years was last time.
25 years
Who did
was the
they
last
play?
time. The Bills. And they lost.
But that means the Bills going to Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Off
yeah,
of this
yeah.
logic,
Off of my logic, I'm not a
Bills
priest.
are going
I'm not a
forward.
prophet. I'm not a professed to be none
Love
of
to
those
preach,
things.
though. Love to
I
preach.
do love to preach the truth because the truth will set you free.
Absolutely.
But I'm thinking Cowboys and Bills, man.
That's fair.
I mean, you got the best lineup as in music artists for the Super Bowl. Why not put the best teams that everybody loves? Because the Dallas Cowboys, the most hated team, but the most watched team.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
do know that, right?
Yeah.
They hate us all, but everybody watches.
Everybody tunes into Dallas.
Why is
yeah.
that?
They want you guys. They want Dallas to lose.
But everybody wants to see a star. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So,
No,
So let's get into these stats. You talking about
so we
stats?
only
Let's see.
lost by 3. Dallas lost by 14. No, I'm just saying.
You're right. I mean,
I don't put it out there.
okay, since you want to go right to it,
Let's go right to
Dak looked terrible on Sunday.
He did.
I have to be honest. The truth will set you free. Dak looked terrible on Sunday, Joey. It hurt my heart to see my team go down to the Denver Broncos. We have not beat the Denver Broncos since 1995.
In Denver?
We have
Or
not
in
beat the
Dallas?
Broncos
Period. Just at all.
since 1995.
Because my boy, Teddy B.
Teddy B.
Teddy B.
Shout out to Teddy B. Teddy B came back from a broken leg,
Yeah.
played for like 6 different teams, and still looking strong.
Yeah.
Shout out to Teddy B.
Love
I don't
Teddy
know,
B.
60.
You know what I'm
It's been
saying. It was
it's been
more
like
than
3
2.
It's been like 3 or 4, yeah.
3 or
It's
4.
more- yeah,
I mean,
it was more than
round
2.
that to the nearest 10, 5, 6, whatever. Teddy B did good against us. But what hurt us is the same thing that hurt y'all. Y'all have a secondary that's sketchy, man. You do. You only have one side that works. He don't want to talk about Trey White. He hates when I talk about this.
Yeah, you don't like
So
Trey White?
No, Trey White is all you have.
Oh, okay.
Wallace is terrible.
Oh,
He's
Okay.
terrible.
Okay.
He's terrible. I don't care if y'all don't like it. I'm diehard Dallas. You come in this barbershop, you're going to see nothing but Dallas Cowboy stuff here. I do have a Bills plaque up there. Shout out
Yes,
to
he
Ant.
does.
I put that up for Ant. I put that up for Swizz, y'all.
Molds, baby.
Yeah,
I
Molds.
got a Molds jersey.
Yeah,
Joey knows I got a Molds jersey.
But we look bad. What hurt us? Tell me what hurt us. Since you're the guy, you're the sports fan.
Well, I'll
what hurt
tell
us?
you this. You touched on it before we went on air. Diggs got burnt.
Diggs got burnt. Secondary.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
I still don't think Zeke is anywhere near what he should be for the contract he got.
True, but we're missing two major pieces on our offensive line.
That's a good point.
Tyron Smith is the #1 lineman, offensive lineman in the NFL.
And it's
Still.
not. It's almost not even close.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
Well, watch.
Taylor Lewan's definitely up there.
I'm talking about my boy from Indy.
Oh, Quentin
Nelson.
Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson's nice, but he's not
Nelson's
Tyron Smith. He's not.
He's not Taylor Lewan. Yeah.
So our running game was a little weak. Shout out to Pollard though. Pollard comes and cleans up everything. I don't know if you watched. We got the 1-2 punch.
I love the.
Pollard
I'm a huge
cleans up
Zeke fan.
everything.
I'm a huge Zeke fan, but I love Pollard.
Coop dropped about 4 big catches yesterday. CeeDee Lamb was overthrown by Dak. I mean, Dak looked, I'm not going to lie, man. I love Dak. But Dak looked like he was out of it. Like that week he sat out, I get it, but I think that hurt him because you saw the momentum was not there like it normally was. First of all, he only threw for, 100 and something yards? Dak has been throwing for 400 yards a game.
All season. Yeah.
Then, what really pissed me, can I be honest? How do we go from being the #1 offense in the NFL and we look like the whatever offense in the #1
You guys
yesterday?
had 0 points at the end of the third.
You understand what I'm
You
saying?
scored 16.
You understand what I'm
garbage
saying?
points.
You understand what I'm saying? And it didn't look good. It really hurt my ego yesterday to lose to the Broncos, especially without Von Miller. So I was just like, this is crazy.
I think that lit a fire under him, though.
It did because
That's pretty much like we're selling. We're not
There it
buying
is.
it today.
I mean, too many teams. We
They're
know,
5-4.
Bro.
They shouldn't be selling at 5-4.
but we know
How
too
bad they've
many
been recently.
teams in the NFL that live off the shadows of a player.
Right.
How long until Gallup comes back? Do you have information on that?
Michael Gallup will be back next week.
Next week. That's huge.
I have the Cowboy app on my phone, you guys, so I get everything.
All the live.
Listen, this is the only stadium I've ever been to. You can order your food and they bring it to your seats.
Oh, word?
If you've never been to Jerry World, get to Jerry's World.
Swizz.
So Gallup will be
We're
back
going
next
Jerry
week.
World.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them to Jerry's World. These are my
We should
little
go.
brothers. I'm taking them to Jerry's
We
World.
should go to Jerry World. I'd be
Gallup will be back next week.
That's huge.
DeMarcus Lawrence is supposed to be coming back. I don't know. But shout out to Michael Parsons, man. Michael Parsons have stepped up tremendously. I mean, if you don't think he's getting Rookie of the Year for Defensive Player of the Year, I don't know what you're looking at. I mean, the game before last, he had 11 solo tackles, 4 of them which were for losses. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
And one of my favorite players on Dallas that you guys picked up this year, Keanu Neal.
Oh, Keanu Neal. Yeah, solid pickup.
Love Keanu.
Solid pickup. He's a, you know
Moved
what?
him to linebacker for you.
Ball hawk. Yeah, he's a
He
ball
used to
hawk.
be a safety.
Used to be a
Now
safety,
he's
more than
a
like.
linebacker.
Shout out to Dan Quinn, man, for coming over from Atlanta, man. I mean, I think we really got Atlanta's #2 next week because, I mean, here it is. Dan Quinn was there,
Right.
and now here it is. We're playing them next week. But Matt Ryan is scary, y'all. I don't care.
But all these
How
return
many-
games this year, they've been super close. Like Brady going back to New England.
Oh, yeah.
That should have been. I told you I was upset. They should have won by 30.
Yeah.
Well, come on now. We got players in the league who's been in the league that get cheated. You know what I mean? They get the call because of who they are. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, it's plenty of games.
That's what happened last night with Chicago. Justin
Exactly.
Fields got hit.
Oh, my
late
God. They could have killed the boy.
a few
Yeah.
times.
Neck injury,
No
whatever.
flags.
No flags.
Chicago had over 100 yards in penalties last night.
Really.
And then late in the game, he got hit super late. It was just like a little dump off pass. 1, 2, 3, boom, gets laid out. No flag. I'm like,
So is it safe to say that I believe these refs in the league now, they all need to be tested again? Because I feel like we've seen a game against the Titans when you guys played, they were flag happy. The game against us, when we lost, they were flag happy against Tampa Bay, the first game of the season. Then we almost lost the game to Minnesota because of the flag happiness of them late calls, and it really wasn't. It's just like, how do you stop yourself in momentum?
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's just be optimistic and let's just be real. So a lot of these calls that they're missing can be very detrimental to the player's health. I mean, Justin Fields yesterday had 2 neck hits, clearly, that could have took him out the game. I mean, come on, man. The guy's a rookie, but let's not hurt him.
Right.
Let's not hurt
They
him.
had a
keep him
defensive
safe.
guy that got called up from the practice squad, got a sack to make it 4th down late in the game.
Late in the game.
And they called a taunting penalty, and he didn't say one word.
That's a
He
fact.
did it in no one's face. He didn't say one word. They called it taunting on him. Automatic 1st down.
We talking about Big Ben, bro. Big Ben and Tom Brady. They give them.
Everything.
They get ice cream and cherry on top, bro.
In the game.
Let's just be for real, man.
Did you get a time of what time we started recording?
I think we should be at we may be at about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. You can take a look at that for us, check us out. I mean, but here's the thing, man. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, well,
This is
I just want to
flowing.
make sure that I get to
Get to what you need to. I don't
these
want to.
comments.
I'm here with you guys, man.
Yeah, I just wanna-
25 minutes. We had 25 minutes. You're doing
25,
good,
okay,
guys.
good.
Shout out to the cameraman.
Yeah, my
You know what
boy.
I mean?
So, okay, I'm gonna just get these two guys right here. Do you know Ryan Matthew, or this is one of Russell's friends?
Yeah, no, that's Russell's cousin. Shout out Ryan. my
Shout out
boy.
Ryan.
Shout
Okay,
out
I
my
don't
boy.
know.
Shout out to Ryan. I don't know you, but what up, Ryan?
This is what he says.
Uh-huh.
He said, Cody Ford is dog shit, and Deion Dawkins can't block without holding. He also said, Allen will never live up to his full potential if he doesn't have a line that can protect him. As for our backs, we don't have an RB1. Singletary and Moss are solid backups at most.
That's
what
what I
I'm going
said.
to do is lose my mind on camera.
That's
Okay?
what I said, bro.
Don't lose your mind. Keep you cool, man. You never let them see you sweat.
Okay.
All right, you and Ragz2Riches gear, we don't sweat. All right, no, go ahead. Do you think?
Here's
your
where I'm
hood
at. All right, I'm gonna address Cody Ford. Yes, Cody Ford ain't it. He got benched for a reason. That we know. That we already know. Deion Dawkins has not been the same since the whole COVID thing. He's leading the offensive line in holding calls. Absolutely. Allen getting protected, sure. But this running back take, I gotta throw this out the water. I don't care what either one of you say because you ain't Bills fans. Are you a Bills fan?
Hmm?
Okay, my boy over here knows what he's talking about. Wait a minute, can we get him a chair? Can we give him one a chair?
I got dinner. I got dinner to do.
So, here's the truth. Singletary does not get tackled by the first defender that gets near him. He makes the first man miss every single time.
Okay.
Josh Allen threw the ball 47 times. We ran the ball with running backs 9. If one more person comes up to me saying we run the ball too much, they don't even watch football. They're just like haters. They're Bills fans that hate losing and they just talk nonsense bullshit because
So you're
9
saying
carries from running backs, but somehow we ran the ball too much and he threw 47 times.
No, but I think that's the problem. Is you guys
Aren't running the ball, right.
the ball
Everybody
enough.
is saying that.
But
we're running the
forget
ball
what everybody
too
else
much.
is saying. You know,
Well,
I'll
I'll
tell
tell
know
you,
what's going on.
Daboll
Yeah.
is struggling with the offensive play calling. Last week against the Jets, he called a QB keeper on 3rd and 9. A designed QB run on 3rd and 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
what are
asking
we
to punt the
doing?
ball away.
What are we doing? So, I'm sorry, Moss, absolutely a really good backup running back. Singletary's an RB1. Anything else is just irrelevant to me because if the man only rushes the ball 6 times, first off, if you guys didn't watch a lot of the game, but Singletary had like 6 catches for 40 yards out the backfield, and they only gave him 6 carries. And we had 2 offensive linemen out, 2 of our better ones. Spencer Brown has been the best tackle. Like, he's been balling this year. He was out, and then Feliciano was out at left guard. They had him at left guard because they had to move Darrell Williams to right guard.
Right.
Whatever. So, obviously, the run game ain't going to get going because our offensive lineman's specialty is pass blocking to begin with. Not to mention, we had 2 backups, and we had Botker and Cody Ford starting. So, let me address that. Next. Dom, your boy. This is your boy. Shout out Dom.
My guy.
Definitely,
Shout out
he
Dom.
definitely be like looking out for the show. O-line, pass protection. Dawson Knox being out is hurting us more than we thought. We got a lot of weapons, so I respect that, but I don't think Dawson Knox is the reason. Allen doesn't get a pass either if he plays like that every week. He doesn't deserve that contract, and he has to realize he doesn't have to do it all himself. That shit is costing us games. Okay, example, the read option towards the end of the game, instead of handing it off to Singletary, who nobody was going after, he kept it for himself to get the first and got stuffed, has to realize he doesn't need to do that every single play. That's a fact. If he would have given it to Singletary, it would have been first down. I don't know what he was reading, because he didn't read it. He knew before the snap, that was a pre-snap decision. He said, I'm keeping this ball.
Right.
Because if he would have looked, like Dom said, the dude was right in front of him.
Right.
Wanted him to keep it.
And nobody was even over by Singletary.
When you're playing quarterback and you're doing a read option, you're reading whatever side it is, and you're reading the edge rusher.
Right.
He goes here, if he was looking, the edge rusher stayed pat, he should have handed it off. He pulled it out and got hit right away.
Yeah.
That's bad football. He
It's that
also,
hero ball shit, man. So
yeah,
I'm telling
but you know what? The reason I'm not against the hero ball is specifically because how many times has he won us games like that? Like, you're never gonna make it all like, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. Like when he does like those crazy like runs and he fumbles it. Oh, he fumbled it. But then there's times he'll blow, break 3 tackles and they get 30 yards and a first down.
Yeah. No, that's like your give and take with having a quarterback like that.
Like Mahomes.
But
like
he's
Mahomes.
gotta realize that it's gotta come. It's gotta come naturally. I feel like he's trying to force it too much.
The last thing Dom said was also coaching. They went for it on 4th in the beginning of the game and didn't convert. I get it, championship teams take risks, but sometimes you have to take those easy 3 points. It cost us in Tennessee, and it cost us in Jacksonville.
Let's be honest. I said that. I mean, here's the reality. I mean, yes, this is football and this is the regular season, and it's not playoffs, but every game matters.
Counts, yeah.
And from my standpoint, like I told Ant before, yes, it's a gutsy call, and it shows heart that you guys are going to let Josh Allen take it on the 1-yard line against the Titans, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why not take the 3 points, keep yourself in the game?
Yeah.
As he's saying now, take the 3 points. Every point matters. Like, you know how I feel about Greg Zuerlein for us. Greg the Leg, that's what I call him. We miss kicks.
Yeah.
We take that chance, but he missed the kick. But you guys have a kicker that can hit. Take the 3 points. Keep yourself in the game.
I agree.
And just get the win, because at this point, football, like we always say, is any given Sunday, right? It's proven that Sunday for both of our teams. But at this point, it's like you got to play smart football, man. Because 2 things that is not with us right now and that's going against us is that we're getting injuries out of this world this year. I mean, our O-line, your O-line has been injured like crazy. So let's not just win the game. Let's just take the points so we can be the contender to really win this game, not just barely win the game. You know what I mean? Because for real, bro, the Jags, bro, that hurts, bro. Like, I'm not a Bills fan, but that hurt me because I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
The Jags?
Jags.
Then Trevor Lawrence come back in like he's just Terminator, like, okay, you think I'm hurt? I'm coming back in, even though he ain't do shit. But
Right.
you get what I'm saying? But he came back. That gotta be bad for, like, you know, sports is 90% mental and then 10% athleticism. For real, of you playing the game. Like, that gotta mess you up mentally. Like, this dude is coming back and we lost to the Jags.
Yeah, nah.
What was the score? 6-9?
9-6. Lose by
9?
3.
Losing by 3.
God.
3
They
points.
didn't score.
That hurts,
The
bro.
last time we were in Jacksonville was for the playoff game.
And y'all blew them
We
out.
lost 10.
No, you lost.
10-3.
That's when they had
10-3.
That's
Tyrod.
when they had Tyrod, but they
Bortles,
also
Blake
had
Bortles.
exactly Blake Bortles. But who was their running back? Fournette.
Jacksonville's?
Yeah, Fournette.
Who played crucial in that game.
Yeah, he did.
But it's crazy how in 2 games in Jacksonville we scored 3 and 6.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
3. Well, that year when we scored 3, they had one of the top 5 defenses in the league.
They did.
And I want to give
Shout out to
credit.
the Jacksonville Jaguars for beating the Bills. I'm saying it.
Yeah,
He don't like it.
no, I will.
But I'm saying it because
Jacksonville's defense played really
They
well.
play, Josh Allen on the other side of the ball really showed us something crazy. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, no, he had a really good game.
I never knew who the other Josh Allen was. Let's just talk about this though, Ed. The NFL and the NBA is so they petty to me. Like,
Yeah.
they're making new stats out of nowhere. The first NFL player to have the same name as the other NFL player
Oh, yeah.
to
It's
get it.
not
I'm
a
like,
stat.
come
It's not a
on!
stat.
Like,
Yeah,
are you
it's not a
serious? That's
stat.
not
I
a
love
stat.
that. It's not a
What
stat.
are we
Can
doing?
we be
Can
those
we
stat
get back
guys?
to the point of real stats? Stop making up stats, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not to take it away from football, but here it is. You got Carmelo now, the most 3-pointers in a season with the new team at his age. Like, come on, man. Like,
His
y'all
age,
killing me
what
with
type of
this.
stat is that?
Okay, yeah, he's still a Nick.
Yeah,
He's still a Nick. He's still a Nick,
yeah,
right?
baby.
He's still a Nick. But I'm just
Come
saying,
on.
these stats that they're coming up with is ridiculous.
They're not stats.
They're not stats. Like, come on, stop giving people. You're
Because
just giving.
Melo went 7 for 10 from the 3-point line last night.
Yeah.
But we're not even going to get into
Yeah, we're not gonna get into
Yeah,
that.
I know. Sheesh. But yeah, shout out to everybody who commented. I love you guys chiming in.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm all heated because That game has me a little upset.
Still mad?
I had to get on a ferry where I had everybody screaming Duval at me.
He said I had to
So,
get on a ferry.
you know,
Wait a minute, you rode
Duval
a ferry
County?
to the stadium, bro?
We took a ferry to cross, to go there and to get back. And on the way back,
That's dope, though.
Is
That's dope. You on some Long Island, you know what I'm saying, type
Mm.
stuff. Okay.
so I wanna get into, AJ, why we're here in the first place. Because as much as we talk football every single week, this week is different, this week is special. We are here for a certain reason. We wanted to come here, support the brand, hear your story, get it out there, because we know it, but everybody doesn't really know.
Oh, man, appreciate that. Well, Ragz2Riches is simple. Your struggles bring your success. You gotta struggle, you gotta struggle, I gotta struggle.
Right.
But nevertheless, our struggle is what pushed us to the next level. So Ragz2Riches is simply whatever you went through, whatever you struggled with, pushed you to go to the next level. Things that we go through in life should fuel us. They should feed our spirit to say, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen no matter what it takes. Here it is, you got a broken leg now, but you know once you come back from that, you're gonna come back stronger, you're gonna come back wiser, you're gonna come back with more resilience than what you had before. And so what I did with Ragz2Riches, man, is just basically my life. You know, I've had plenty struggles, some self-inflicted, some that I did on my own, some that I didn't want to do on my own, but they just came. And I just took those things, man, and I put it all in the pot. You had gumbo before?
I haven't.
Okay, there's a thing called gumbo. You heard of gumbo?
I've heard of it.
You heard it. Okay, so New Orleans makes something called gumbo. Gumbo is just basically a whole bunch of stuff just put in the pot, stir it up together with ingredients, and it makes it good. That's Ragz2Riches. Everything that you go through in life, just put it in the pot, stir it up. In some way, somehow, you got to look for the stars into what you're going to. That's why it's a star on top of the R at R. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, you're still reaching for the stars. You can be bent, but you're not broken. You can be delayed, but not denied. You understand what I'm saying? But that still fuels and pushes you. You know what I mean? So with Ragz2Riches, we do spiritual motivation, where we motivate your spirit. We get you to understand that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Then once you learn what your spirituality strong points are, you mentally can get to what you need to get at. Because if you have a strong foundation spiritually of believing and praying into something, I believe in God. I don't know what you guys believe in, but I believe in God. You know what I mean? And God is the one that keeps me rooted and grounded and gives me the strength that I need to make it to the next level. So now I'm mentally prepared to go where I need to go. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got my mind on right. I got my head on my shoulders right. So now that I'm mentally ready to go get what I need to go after, I can write my goals and my aspirations down, and I can get to them. So now that I'm mentally prepared, right, you got to be physically fit too. Because you can't get to where you need to go if you're not physically in shape. Health, wealth, and spirituality all go together. That's a part of your Ragz2Riches. So now that you got your spirit right, you got your mental right, you got your physicality right, now I can really get to that bag.
Right.
You're strong physically and you're strong mentally, you're unstoppable. Think about it. If you're strong mentally and you're strong physically, what can stop you? Nothing can stop you. So we all have a Ragz2Riches story where a disturbance in the road just puts you on the path of where you need to be. We're talking sports, we're talking football. A wide receiver can't catch a pass if he's running the wrong route. God is our spiritual quarterback who's sending us on fades, flies, down and outs, slants, whatever it is. He may tell you to run a slant, may tell me to run a down and out, may tell you to run a fade. But if you're running a fade and I'm running a slant when he called me to run it down and out and told you to run a slant, you understand what I'm saying? How can you get the pass that he throws to you if you're in the wrong position? You can't get to your Ragz2Riches of what God has for you or whatever your purpose in life is if you're running routes that you really weren't called to run when he told you to run something else. So now when I'm throwing them to you, you're on the other side of the field when I called you to run this.
Right.
So basically, getting your mind together and getting your mind in the right place so you can get to what whatever your purpose is. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us are gifted and talented in a lot of ways, but gifting and talented has nothing to do with your purpose. It can help your purpose, but I can be a barber for the rest of my life and be good at what I do, but if it's not my purpose, I'm missing my purpose. I'm just operating in my gifting, and we aren't to operate in our gifting, we are to operate in our purpose. Your gifting should aid your purpose. You get me? So this is Rags to Riches. That's quick. That's a quick little spill. I got curriculum. I got all of that stuff.
Well, I got some
coming.
questions for you.
So you know what I mean. But I just wanted to give a quick little spill of it. Don't go too deep because I don't want to preach to them. You know what I mean. I don't want you guys to have to give me an offering and things of that nature. I'm just playing, guys. Listen, we have fun on here. Listen, there's nothing wrong. Let me just say this really quickly, man. A lot of people think that because you're saved and you believe in God and things of that nature that you can't have fun. God wants you to live your life and enjoy your life while you're here. You know what I mean? So it's all good to have fun and still believe it.
Right.
But go ahead, bro.
All right, so I have a couple questions for you to answer for the people. First thing I want to ask, just because it's right in my face, what gave you the inspiration on this t-shirt?
Mazir Riches?
Yeah.
So here's the reality, man. Like, you never want to be boxed in. You never want to stay in a box. One thing about me, man, I'm for everybody. I'm not just one-dimensional. Like I said, everybody has a Rags to Riches story. Not just the black, not just the white, not just the Latino, not just the Italian, not just whatever ethnic group you are. We all have a Rags to Riches story.
Right.
So my story behind the French is like, you know what? Let me tap into another lane. And then you know what? I don't just want to say Rags to Riches. I want it to be luxury. So let me say Mazir Riches. That sounds sexy.
Yeah, it just flows off the
flows.
tongue. It just
You
flows,
understand what I'm saying? So then not only does it flow when you say it, but when you wear it, you feel like sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like
sexy.
I'm always sexy. You know what I mean? What's that song? I'm too sexy for her. No, but seriously though, man, what I wanted to do, man. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I know what it is about marketing, and when it comes to marketing to the masses, you have to be able to appeal to the masses. I can't stay in one lane, man. But here's the key. You don't switch lanes without signals. So I didn't switch lanes until God told me, yo, okay, you branded this side. Now let's brand it another way. Let's get this. Because here's the reality. When you go fishing, you don't really catch anything until you throw the bait.
Right.
What is your bait? What is your bait? A lot of people go fishing with no bait and expect to catch something. You're not going to
You
get
know what Pesci means?
What does it mean?
Italian, it means fish.
fish. Okay, I can't. It's so disrespectful. I can't catch you if I don't throw any bait.
Right.
Throw the bait out there.
I'm just saying. She said means fish. But what I'm getting at is when it comes to marketing, man, when it comes to branding yourself, you never want to be one-dimensional. You have your lane, but it's multiple people who have a Rags to Riches story. So instead of me going straight to them and saying, oh, Rags to Riches, no. I'm going to get on your level, Mazir Riches.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak it in your language.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now I've broadened myself to another market where it's like I said, it's Rags to Riches number one is not about color. It's about your story. We all have one, man.
So speaking of switching lanes,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
But I didn't switch lanes without a signal.
Well, I know that.
That's key.
The left blinker, I got you.
There you go.
Look to the blind side.
You look like you've been in some accidents because you've been switching lanes without a signal.
Well, I mean, I do what I can. So, switching lanes, that's a fire design. I love the story behind
Appreciate
it. And I think that, I mean, especially because this is the holographic one, right?
This holographic, yo, listen, man, this just dropped yesterday. Size is small to 3X. I got it in red and holographic, black and holographic. Then I got the tracksuit. I just showed you the tracksuit from my designer.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yo,
Everybody
it's gonna be
out
crazy.
here, you know,
It's gonna be
hoodies
crazy.
and hats,
Listen,
but-
y'all, let me tell y'all something, y'all. Let me tell y'all something about Ant and Joey, y'all. These boys have been around since maybe almost 5-6 years now.
Gotta be.
My daughter's about to be 7, so yeah, about 7 years almost, I would say, because my daughter was just born when I moved back to Buffalo. And since the beginning of time, whenever I dropped it, well, first of all, Rags to Riches was birthed in me 2011, but that seed didn't cultivate till 2015. You get what I'm saying? So, as you can see, it say 2011 on the shirt because that's when it was birthed. But although you plant seeds, seeds don't grow until it's watered, cultivated, sun shines on it. It's a process, right?
Right.
So the process really spurred in 2015 is when it came out. So basically, man, anything that I do, Joe, anything that I do, you know, I never do the same thing twice, really. But if something hits, I stick with it. This shirt hit, man, so I just been sticking with it. We did the suede one. I don't know if you saw the suede one.
No, I did not see
He
the
saw the
suede
suede. I got a suede burgundy, suede white, and suede black. Mazir Riches. So everything right now, man, is just luxury, great quality. We not playing, man. I'm hitting the ground running, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to tell y'all, for all y'all other branding people out there, I love what y'all doing. I'm not hating on y'all, but Ragz2Riches is coming for you. I'm telling you that right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's no games, because it's one thing to have quantity, but it's another thing to have quality.
And I think that no, for real, I think that in the way you keep your prices is super reasonable, because there are some people out there that you see dropping sweatsuits for $150. Like, it's like, how many, it might be nice, but how many are you gonna sell for $150? People aren't buying $150 sweatshirts.
They're not doubling back for one if they
How
get
much
one.
you told me you're about to sell them for?
I got these sweatsuits dropping. There would be 75 or 80 at the most.
Let's even
I've
say
never,
80.
I've never sold anything over $100.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I sold over $100 last year, I dropped the embroidered Ragz2Riches hooded sweatsuit, black and gold jogger set.
Yeah.
$100. If you didn't have 100, I wasn't letting 80 walk away.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm big on quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 1 million athletes on your team. It's a sports show, right?
Right.
But if they ain't quality athletes, there's no reason to have them on your team, because you're just taking up space.
Okay, so now I don't want.
Don't you go to my Cowboys?
No. There's a
Okay,
couple
I thought you
things
was
I want
going
to touch on. I want to make sure.
Okay.
Can you shout out the Neff?
Oh yeah, shout out, listen, man, shout out to my nephew, Nolan Catholic Preparatory High School, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, man. Top 25 in the state in prep schools, runs a 4.39, wears Odell Beckham number better than him. Doing this thing this year, man, my nephew is just like phenomenal, y'all, I'm telling y'all. Had a Ragz2Riches story this senior year. The first 4 games, he tore his hamstring. He was out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Came back with a vengeance when he got back off his injury. 4 catches, 100 and something yards, and 2 touchdowns the first game back. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of schools looking at him. I dare not call him out because I don't want to do anything to say anything wrong. You know, you got to be careful with that. But I'm just telling y'all straight up, you want to know a Ragz2Riches story, man? Go look at DeMario Trey Parks Vincent at Nolan Catholic Preparatory High School. I'm telling y'all. Bananas. 4.39 speed, 43-inch vertical, 63-inch box jump. The rest is history.
So
He only
looking out
5'11".
for his D1 tape coming soon.
D1 tape is already out.
D1 tape.
You can follow him on Twitter. He goes by DeMario Trey Parks Vincent, a.k.a. The Flash. That's the name that the league gave him.
Okay.
Because when he get the ball, he getting boogie. You're not catching me.
Well, the film you sent me, what was it, 85-yard touchdown?
Oh, yeah, 85 got me. They got a screen. You know,
Wide receiver screen.
wide receiver screen.
Popped it.
Oh,
popped
They
it.
had the one dude. He had one dude.
One dude. Gone.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Gone.
So-
Nobody could catch him.
Yeah, so, and then with, I'm going to just be straight up. I'm going to tell y'all what Ragz2Riches is really getting ready to do. We on your sports show. I was an athlete, man. I played, but injuries got me a little, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. But with people being able to be endorsed now, I'm looking for athletes to endorse. I'm looking for athletes to sponsor. I'm looking for athletes who have a Ragz2Riches story.
I play
Listen,
QB.
don't just make up no story to get yourself endorsed by Ragz2Riches. But I'm looking for, cats who really have their head on the shoulders. I may have to put stipulations to it, Joey, because you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just give it out and people take advantage of it.
Of course.
This guy, you're not in school
QB1,
anymore.
I played-
You're good, but you're not in school anymore.
I
But I trust you guys' judgment. Like, I love the fact he coaches baseball, you coach basketball, all this stuff. You guys know a lot of kids that we can maybe sponsor, man. So for me, it's just big on, giving back, man. Because nobody gave back to me, so I'm giving back to everybody else. And when I'm giving back, it's more than just clothes. I'm giving back the formula of how life should be lived.
You've been teaching me gospel since I was a junior.
Oh, that's a fact.
And I
You
get it
get
off
that
of him
chair?
after he
That's a
leaves you.
fact.
After
I'm
he
saying,
leaves
you
your
got,
shop.
I don't know how many times I got in that chair and I might have had something going on and, you might have talked me off the ledge.
But what did I
and
say to you?
guidance.
But what did I say to you? People come to the barbershop with blind faith, not expecting to know what their haircut is going to look like when they get out of this chair. But I have to have faith enough to know that this guy that's getting ready to cut my hair is going to make me look better, feel better than what I was than when I came in here.
Right.
That's the same way people go to God. You don't know about this man, you heard about him, but I'm going expecting to look better.
So when he
and
sliced
feel
open
better.
my eyebrow, he
This
had to
dude
give
is
me a little
crazy.
extra gospel.
He's
to
lying.
make up his
He's
head.
lying. He's lying. I've never sliced his eyebrow. I've never sliced his eyebrow for you guys to understand that.
He caught me, Joe. He caught me laughing the one day. And I hit
You want to know why? Did you hear what he just said?
I was
Yeah,
laughing. I'm not saying it wasn't
I
my
was
fault.
there.
Yeah,
I
but
was
who
there,
gets in
remember?
the chair and
Moves your head.
just sit down.
Okay, all right. But
I'm
you-
gonna put a seatbelt on Ant when he gets in
That's
my
fine,
chair,
that's
he
fine.
always moves. First of all,
Oh.
he be in his mode anyways, because I dog him about these Buffalo Bills
Damn.
every week. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Shout out to Josh Allen for doing good this year. I promise you. I told Ant last week to watch this dude on TV and to watch him in person is totally two different things. I promise you.
Yeah.
But all roads lead to Dallas.
Okay, if anybody is looking for some interesting competition or think that you guys have, you're a tough guy, a little tough, and you want to try to play me and AJ in spades one day, I'm going to put a waiting list out because we are undefeated, 5 years running. Uncle G, if you ever see this, I'm coming for you.
Shout out to Uncle G.
Shout
man.
out to Uncle
Everybody
G.
got an Uncle G. I'm
Everybody
telling you,
got an
man.
Uncle
He
G.
might not be called Uncle G in your family. He may be called Uncle P or whatever. I don't know. But everybody got an Uncle G in their family. And Uncle G, yo, listen, Uncle G made Ant. You understand what I'm saying? Ant could get down with the get down. You understand what I'm saying? He can get with my crew and get blue. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to Ant, man, with the get down, man. Ant, for him to, I'm gonna be straight up, for him to be the Italian stallion, the boy can play some spades, man. He can play some spades, man. You learn something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Benny's seen
Yo,
those
shout out
guys.
to B. Reese, you know what
Shout
I'm
out
saying?
to B. Reese.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen him in a minute. B.
Right.
Reese is like, where's Waldo? Whatever the hell he at.
1994, last time I seen
1990.
B.
Remember B. Reese?
I
You remember B.
You
Reese?
remember Benny?
See, Joey got to get back around, you know.
Yeah,
Joey,
get back around.
he been messing around and broke his ankle and all that, you know what I mean, with the wrong people, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good.
Get back
So
to
this is how we close the show.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you, because we've been really heavy on mental health. So physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, where are you, for real, on a scale 1 to 10, where are you at right now?
Nobody's perfect, so I'm not going to say 10. But I give myself a strong 8.5, 9.
Okay.
Case in point being, you got to guard your gates nowadays, man. And what I mean by guard your gates, guard your conversations, guard your spirit, guard who you around, all of that stuff, because that plays a part of your everyday life. We living in a world, man, where something that's unseen is taking over. Think about it. COVID, you cannot see this thing, but you sure can contract it.
You know where it's at, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So number one, to keep yourself strong, you have to guard your gates. Knowing who's in your space and what's being talked about in your space. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
your mind is everything. Music sways your mind, conversation sways your mind, relationship sways your mind, but you have to be strong in yourself, knowing that even though I'm going into enemy's territory, because you can control what goes on in your house. This is what I mean, enemy territory. In your house, you can control what's going on in Joey's corridors.
Right.
You can control what's going on in Ant's corridors, and I can control what's going on here in Ragz2Riches. But once you get out that door, you can't control what's going on out that door because you're in the world. And the
Right.
world is filled with energies, filled with spirits, all types of violence, crime, this, that, and the third. So just controlling that first. You gotta be, bro, when it comes to your mind, bro, you gotta feed your mind positivity.
Amen to that.
And what I mean by that is, accept what God allows. This is what I mean by that. Some things we may not understand why it's happening, but later on down the line, what you went through is not for you, it's for somebody else that's getting ready to go through what you came out of. You understand what I'm saying?
Damn.
So somebody's getting ready for some, and I came out of it one time, so.
Yeah, if that's how you want to look at it, that's how you want to look at it. But I'm looking at it. No, but this is serious right now, because we have to understand we all have similarities, but we don't have traces. None of us are carbon. Okay, you can sketch my style, but you can't trace my style.
Okay.
This is what I mean by that. A trace is a carbon copy, but we're not made carbon copies.
Right.
We're made similar, but all different.
Big
And what you
fingerprints.
went through is to help somebody else come out of what you already went through.
Mm-hmm.
What you went through is to help somebody come out of what you already went through. So what we have to understand, we can't forget those things that we've come from, because this is what the Bible says, y'all. I'm a preacher, so I got to be real. It was good that I was afflicted, so that I may learn from my decrees. In other words, it was good that this happened, because now I know how I'll handle it if it tries to arise and happen again.
Right.
My grandmother would say this to me: when you go through things in life, you should write it down and put it in a file cabinet. So when it comes back up again, you can already go to your file cabinet and say, I've already conquered this. So why am I worried?
Damn. Yo, that's crazy. I'm about to start doing that all
So
day.
that's mine.
Yeah,
that's
nuts.
getting your mind, right? Right? So if you really want to be solid, strong in your foundation, don't get me wrong, you're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted. Because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but we wrestle against the principalities which are in the spirit realm. If I shake your hand and I have a foul spirit on me, it's on you now. Just told a young man earlier, man, everybody's not worthy of your handshake. Some cats is worthy of a pound.
Right.
Not just because it's COVID,
Mm.
but when you shake somebody's hand or you hug somebody, you transfer spirits if you're in a vulnerable place. You get what I'm saying? So just little stuff like that, man. It's so much I could give y'all concerning that, but I'm at a good place, man, because I keep I keep my circle small.
So the family's good, you're emotional. mental
Family's
health's
great,
good.
man. My daughter about to be 7 next week,
You
man.
told me she's an entrepreneur. so
Entrepreneur.
right,
Shout out to Symphony Sweets and Treats. She was on Food Network with her mom, man, and it was amazing. So, you know, we building up entrepreneurs. Heck yeah, man.
That's dope as
Yeah,
shit.
we building up entrepreneurs, man. Train up a child in the way that should go. When they get older, they want the park. So it's all in what you put in.
I already knew that. I mean,
You know what I'm
she came
saying?
from you, so you know she out here trying to.
Oh yeah, she trying to get it, man. She trying to get it, and I'm trying to get it with everybody, man. I want everybody to win. Listen, the game is sold, not told. But if you want to come holler at me on some real stuff, I'm not charging you nothing. I'm gonna just give you life, because this life thing doesn't come with the handbook. It comes with experiences, and you can only talk from your experience, not from your age. Let me give y'all that really quick. Never let somebody limit you because of your age, because your age may have brought experiences that they've never experienced. So you talk from your experience. Never talk from your age, because wisdom has no age. It has experience.
Right.
You could be 12 years old and been through some crazy stuff. Or there
Exactly.
could be somebody who's 30 who's
But guess what?
pampered and has nothing.
Yeah.
But guess what? That's your rags to riches. Everybody, and that's something else that you need to understand about rags to riches. There's no right or wrong time of when your rags to riches story will start nor end.
Mm-hmm.
Because every day is a learning process, bro.
Right.
Every rags to riches is not negative neither. Let me throw that out there. Everybody think rags is negative. No, it's not.
I've had some nice rides before.
He's so stupid. But I've enjoyed being on here, man.
I
Like,
appreciate you coming
this
on,
is
bro.
dope, man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. You guys got a great thing going, man. Keep this thing flowing, man. Don't look for overnight success, because your struggles bring your success.
Right.
This thing gotta grow. This thing gotta cultivate. You're gonna go through some heated moments where the oven may seem real hot, but the best things come out of clean ovens, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It can be hot, but keep it clean.
Keep it clean, right?
You pick up when I'm putting down. I'm talking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking in my metaphors, because you know how I get.
Well, listen, I've heard them all.
Yeah, so,
I can speak
you know, you
these
guys-
people might not be able to pick up on something.
Well, listen. If
They haven't been through
it
the
ain't that
gospel.
you can't pick up, it's because you're thinking slow. So get your mind together. I'm just trying to let y'all know that these two young men got great things going, man. And although this may be sports talk, man, this is also something that's helping somebody, man.
We always say
You
that.
never know how you can help somebody by somebody seeing this show.
Right.
Because no matter how dark no matter how dark life may seem, we all got a different light within us that shines different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not because of the ring lights and the LED. It's not because of that.
Right.
It's because each one of us have a special heart that has light within us. And all you got to do, I'm straight up with you. You know, I'm going to be straight with you. I'm going to be straight with you too.
Respect.
You got to connect with the right person who's a part of your life. Because a tree is only known by the fruit it bears.
Mm-hmm.
You can't call an apple tree if it's not growing good apples off of it.
Right.
You got me? I'm done, man. I'm done. I appreciate you guys having me on here.
Appreciate you
you
being
know,
on, man.
Y'all more than welcome to come as many times as you want. You know what I mean? Anything I can do to help this thing blow up, we gonna blow it up. And this show is sponsored by Ragz2Riches, where your struggle brings us success. Listen, I need everybody to follow us on Instagram at Ragz2Riches Movement. Man, get you some gear, man. Listen, man, don't just be on here looking and seeing like, yo, this is really nice. No, get you some gear. Good quality, affordable gear. And I promise you, matter of fact, I may even do a coupon code or something in the fall or something, and I may do it based off you guys' show, depending on how we flow on it. So if you want to make that happen, we can make that happen, man. But I'm done, man. Y'all have y'all
Could you
final
close
thoughts.
us out in prayer?
Oh, you want to pray? Oh, man, I appreciate it. I'll be honored.
Yeah, honestly, you feeling good about it?
Oh, yeah, I feel honest, man. God, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this day. We thank you for this show, God. We thank you for the information that we were able to give to the listeners that are on here tonight, God. As we go through the rest of this week, God, we ask that you protect us, cover us, keep us. Never let us leave your presence, Lord. Always keep us on your heart and on your mind so that we may be able to make it through whatever it is that we're going through. And we understand that just a little talk with you will make everything all right. We don't have to wear ourselves out. All we have to do is give our burdens over to you, God, and you will be able to help us make it through what we're going through. God, I ask now that you strengthen my brother over here to the right, that you strengthen and that he be able to make it through things that he's experiencing, and then you strengthen Joey, that he's able to make it through things that he's experiencing. We know that this pandemic has been crazy, but God, you are in control of everything, and you have kept us this far, and you didn't bring us this far to leave us, God. We love you, and we thank you. It's in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. And before you shut it off, AJ, October 27th, my grandfather passed. So I just want to say rest in peace, Grampy.
Rest in peace, Grampy.
Show's dedicated to Grampy.
Yes, sir.
Big ups, Grampy.
My God.
Till next week, y'all be blessed.